Hey guys, Kevlar Speedboat here again. I've got another costume video for you. If you haven't seen my first costume video, I'll put a link to my Kane costume here, or my other costume, Paul Stanley from Kiss, over here. So the video I'm bringing to you today, it's another wrestler. He was the World Wrestling Federation champion, and that wrestler was the Undertaker. I've chose the 90s version of The Undertaker because I felt through all his transformations that the 90s version of The Undertaker was the best representation of The Undertaker. So, with The Undertaker, he wore a pair of spandex pants, which I bought at a female clothing store because it was hard to find a pair of spandex that looked like The Undertaker. Got these for $10. Fairly good pair of spandex. I can't really complain too much, other than the price, which I thought was a little high, but decent pair of spandex, and it definitely pulls the costume off. He also had a dress type shirt that was tattered in the sleeves, so I basically got a dress shirt from the Salvation Army. Cut the sleeves off and made the tattered design in both arms. I'm happy with it. I feel that the design I was going for came out pretty well. So I really don't have any complaints with that. The other thing that he wore while in ring was a pair of gloves, which, depending on the gear he was wrestling, was either purple, blue, or gray. Unfortunately, I had to pick the purple because that's the only material I could find at the time. I would have done gray, but again, couldn't find it. So I'm fairly happy with the gloves. I did have some problems while making them. Nothing too major, other than the fact that when I made them so they were inside out, which, if I thought I was making a glove for the right hand, I was actually making it for the left hand. So that threw me off a little bit, but still, they came out pretty good. The fabric I picked was a felt type material, very warm glove if you were to wear this around for Halloween or a colder month for like a costume party or something. The other thing that he had was, best way I can describe them is these coverings that went from his calf down to his shoe that actually covered over part of his shoe. And so what I did there was I took a measurement of my calf and made these. The issues I had when I made this basically was that it seemed from all the pictures that this was one piece, that the fabric that went under the shoe, but the problem I had was for me to put the shoe on and then slide this on, either I was going to rip the fabric or stitching, or I was going to stretch out the fabric in general. So what I did was added a zipper in the back here so that I could put my foot through, put my shoe on, and then easily slip the end over the shoe so it would fit around the shoe. I'm really happy with these. I did have a little trouble with them because my calves are not the same size due to circumstances beyond my control. So that is that. Basically, when The Undertaker he came down, he had a hat that he wore, a cowboy type looking hat, which I got at the Salvation Army, or a rummage sale, I'm not quite sure which one, and it was more like a Civil War-ish type hat. So what I did was basically because the brim was curved, took an iron and actually flattened that out with the iron, and then I took what was left over of material and I actually cut out a strip and put that around the hat to give it that Undertaker type look. the other thing he wore as he came and approached the ring was a tie that was fairly wide. So what I did for that was I took a normal tie that had an Undertaker type pattern and basically took the stitching off the two pieces that folded in on itself that make the tie, and I undid the stitching to open it up. So it gives that Undertaker type look with the width of the tie there. So that, he came down and he had a big long trench coat. And I found that like the Salvation Army or Goodwill or something on that idea. And this is the trench coat. I like it because it actually fit perfectly to the costume. It has that Undertaker type look. It is fairly long, and it was perfect for a guy of my height to pull off this Undertaker look. I did go out in costume for Halloween for this, and a lot of people didn't know what I was, so that's why I showed you the belt earlier. This is part of the costume. I'm not going to get too much into this. I'll do a review on it later on. But this is the belt I got. It's a fairly decent belt, and it definitely, I feel, pulls off the look of the Undertaker that I was trying to do very well. So what I'll do now is I'll go pause this, jump into costume, and show you the finished product. So this is the finished product. I definitely think the belt adds to the costume here. So you get a full look at the costume. Put this down. Full on. The gloves look really good. Like I said, the trench coat fits me really nicely for my length for the costume. And if you remember when he came down, he'd have Paul Bearer help him take off his jacket. And the tie would come off. A lot easier. And then the hat. So this is my Undertaker costume. Like I said, I feel it came out really good. As you can see, the legging type things that come down to the shoe and it goes under the shoe really came out good with that zipper, making it easier for me to get the shoes on and slide those over. Gloves came out really good, and I'm really proud of the way that the upper shirt part of the costume came out. I'll try to do some more videos, maybe, but I don't know how that's going to work when it comes to costumes. So, we'll just hope that I can do some more. If you like it, click the like button. If you have a comment, leave a comment in the section below. Subscribe if you really like my videos in general. And if not, no big deal. If so, good for you. Otherwise,